Here's what happened at the YPF INFINIA MXGP of Argentina. MX2 Race One, muddy conditions after overnight rain. Poleman Andrea Adamo spun up on the mesh. He held a nice tight line on the inside at turn 1, went around the outside at turn 2 as Kai de Wolf grabbed the first foxhole shot of the campaign. Sascha Kunin was there as well, alongside him the Frenchman, Mathis Valin. Sascha Kunin, though, he fell on the opening lap. De Wolf almost fell. Valin did, though, with this fall here, chasing down the reigning champion. He picked himself up in 10th as everybody else went through, but then his race came to an end just before the midway point. The team pulling him in rather than risking any kind of issues. But that was a result of another crash that damaged the radiator. Andrea Adamo had a lucky escape here, but he wasn't so lucky later on in the race when he went out with a technical problem as well. At that stage, the Italian former world champion was sitting in 6th place. A couple of riders went down. Magnus Smith landed in neutral. Zanke couldn't avoid him. Zanke getting himself up into 15th. A late charge in the second half of the race for Camden McClellan, the Monster Energy Triumph rider, finding his way past the Nastan Husqvarna of Liam Everts. He then went past his teammate as well as he moved into 5th. McClellan came home in 5th. Guillaume Ferrez came home in 6th. But it was a cruisy, comfortable victory for Kai de Wolf. 17 race wins now for him. Langenfelder, Volk, Braceras and McClellan, your top 5. In the second MX2 race, bright skies, rising temperatures and a rapidly drying racetrack. In fact, probably better than it was all throughout the weekend. Sascha Kunin with his first foxhole shot of the campaign. Valerio Latta tucking in there behind him for Honda HRC on the number 18. Adamo and Langenfelder were well placed as well. So too was the 51 of Oriol Olivier, who made massive gains in the early stages. He went around the outside of Langenfelder here. He moved himself up to 4th and then 3rd. And then 2nd as he found his way past Valerio Latta. It didn't last long though, because 2 laps later the Spaniard took a nosedive. He picked himself up, would eventually come home in 9th place. Latta, the rookie to the class, couldn't fend off the advances of Langenfelder either. He eventually lost that 2nd position as the German went through. And then the floodgates opened. Latta eventually succumbed and eventually fell down to 12th place. Just lack of experience in this level. Kai de Wolf had a big moment coming out of this turn as he was all over the back of the number 80 of Adamo. And then with the Grand Prix victory and the championship leader's red plate in the bag, that was one moment that Simon Langenfelder had. Sascha Kunin won the race, but on the final lap, Langenfelder fell down again, this time to 6th. And as de Wolf went through, and Valin went through, all of a sudden, everything swung in de Wolf's favour. Kunin won the race, but a 5th place finish in race 2 was enough for Kai de Wolf to take the Grand Prix victory. De Wolf, your winner overall then, from Sascha Kunin and Simon Langenfelder, kicking himself. Everts and McClellan rounded out the top 5. Impressive as well for Liam Everts. De Wolf, though, leads the championship, slightly different points because of the 10 points awarded in the qualifying race. But going to Spain, Kai de Wolf is your overall winner and championship leader.
Yeah, the first one was a bit more muddy. Everybody had wheel spin, and yeah, last minute I changed my strategy on the mesh. So yeah, pulled a whole shot, a big one, and then yeah, just rode my own race.
MXGP Race One. This class already after MX2 Race One, drying conditions. And look at that, a historic foxhole shot for Jeremy Seewer and Ducati. The Aruba.IT rider, quick to the front, but between turn 2 and 3, Roman Febvre forced his way by. Guadagnini was there as well, the 2nd of the Ducati riders in 3rd. It was a drag race to the top of the hill, and from 4th to 3rd to 2nd, by the time we got to turn 4, Maxime Renault was all over the back of his fellow Frenchman. Tim Geiser started steadily around about 5th or 6th. Eventually found his way past Mattia Guadagnini to go into 4th on lap 3, and then Seewer on lap 5 to move into 3rd. But by then, the 2 Frenchies were far gone. Maxime Renault had a very lucky escape. Launched it at the bottom of the hill as he was in pursuit of Febvre. Febvre then had a lucky break. The 2 Ducatis were going bar to bar, and in the end, it was Guadagnini who got the better of his teammate moved into 4th place. Seward would eventually come home in 6th. Riding semi-injured or not 100%, Lucas Kuhnen was having a fantastic ride. The Hoff, though, found his way past. And then the Hoff on the charge found his way past Jeremy Seawer as well. A good opening race for Glenn Koldenoff, coming home in 5th for Fantic. But it was a win, a 49th career win for Romain Febvre. Renault and Geiser were rounding out the top 3. The final race of the day, MXGP Race 2. Maxime Renault to the inside, and he made the most of it as well. Everybody else started to drift wide. He thought he'd bagged the foxhole shot, but it was actually the 101. 2 Ducati hole shots here at the opening round. Guadagnini this time with the black plate. Renault there in 2nd. Lucas Kuhnen in 3rd, and then Febvre muscling his way in as well. Into 3rd at the top of the hill, pushing Kuhnen back a place. Febvre took too long to find his way past the Italian Mattia Guadagnini. 3 laps it took for him to move in a 2nd. By then there was about a 10-second gap between him and Renault. Geiser again, a steady start, around about 5th or 6th, picking his way through traffic. That move on Guadagnini put him into 3rd. Guadagnini's teammate not so fortunate. He'd already fallen on lap 1. He was working his way through. He got himself up to 14th before that mistake threw him down the track. Seward would finish in 18th. Horgmo launched his way into 5th place, or 6th place, with that move on Lucas Kuhnen. Koldenoff also followed through as well, but it was a comfortable win for Maxime Renault, winning Race 2, taking the overall victory, taking the championship leaders red plate as well. Febvre across the line 2nd from Geiser and Guadagnini. Guadagnini 2 4th place finishes for Aruba.it Ducati. Confirmation then of your overall standings for the Grand Prix. Renault, Febvre, Geiser, Guadagnini and Koldenoff rounding out the top 5. Renault with a slender 1-point lead as we head to Spain round 2. Febvre there 2nd, Geiser 8 points further back. Ducati are 4th with Guadagnini.
Yeah, it was a nice race, pulled the whole shot and then pulled a gap, and then could manage the gap all the moto, so it was great, super happy. Now, yeah, we have many races to come, so let's focus on that.